Growing up, I used to hear snitches get stitches. You probably heard it too. And because of that one line, a whole generation grew up thinking staying silent meant loyalty. And speaking up is betrayal. But let me tell you something real. Sometimes silence kills, and sometimes silence creates abuse. Sometimes silence can cost a life. So the real question isn't, should I snitch? The real question becomes, when is it okay or even necessary to speak up? I'm KD3, aka PD, and welcome to the Unveiling. And this is where we take the mask off, where we deal with the real, and we speak the truth that helps you become the strongest and the healthiest version of yourself. Around here, if we say so, we be so. Come on, let's go. Today, we're talking about something that every teenager, every student, and honestly, probably every adult has ever had to deal with: snitching. And nobody wants to feel like they broke the code. But here's the truth. There is a massive difference between snitching and speaking up. And that's what I want to do. I want to take a moment and share with you the difference between snitching and speaking up. Let's talk about snitching real fast. Snitching is trying to get somebody in trouble or exposing somebody so that you can embarrass them, or even telling somebody something that isn't dangerous, just messy, like gossiping. Snitching is messy, it's petty, and it's all about creating drama. Go ahead and save the drama for your mama. Speaking up, on the other hand, is protecting someone from harm, getting help for someone when they're in danger, preventing tragedy, and loving someone enough to get them the help they're not willing to ask for. Okay, here's the line that matters. Snitching exposes someone, but speaking up protects them. The Bible, yeah, that thing, even says it clearly. Speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. That's Proverbs 31, verses 8 through 9. Ephesians 4:25 says, speak the truth, because we all belong to one body. You see, guys, this is not just religion. This is responsibility. This is love. And this is maturity. Okay, let's talk about why teenagers stay silent, even when they know something is wrong. Well, there's the fear of losing a friend. There's the fear of being called a snitch. There's peer pressure, not wanting to look weak, thinking it's not my business, or they don't need me, they'll be fine, not knowing that if you don't speak up, you're going to lose a friend anyways. Hear me clearly, guys. Fear will talk you out of saving someone. And sometimes the things that you are afraid of, the things that you're scared to say, is the very thing that could save a life. Listen, mental illness is real. Depression is real. Isolation is real. Bullying is real. And self-harm is very real. You might be the one person that sees it. You could be the one person that hears it. And you could be the one person that is able to step in and change it. Working with young people for so long, those are some of the very reasons they don't speak up. But what about when private business becomes danger? Where's the line? Where or when does something go from, that's their business, to, hey, maybe I need to say something? Okay, here are the moments when staying silent is no longer an option. Bullying. If somebody's getting targeted, embarrassed, or attacked, that's not snitching. That's stepping in. If I see bullying, I'm always going to step in. I don't care. I cannot stand a bully. And so many times, the person that's doing the bully, they're bullying so they don't have to face being bullied. What I mean by that is they often will do the bullying or pick on someone else to avoid being picked on or pointed out themselves. And the second situation when you have to step in is when there's depression, isolation, or withdrawal. When someone stops showing up, or stops talking, or maybe they start giving away their stuff, or they start posting really dark messages and start saying stuff like, I don't really want to be here. This world would be better without me. That is danger. Speak up. If you have love for your friends, then it is your responsibility to speak up, especially when you know there is danger. The third instance is when you know there is self-harm. If someone is talking about hurting themselves or shows signs, you need to tell someone as soon as possible. Immediately. Guys, working with young people for as long as I have, my wife and I, whenever a child tells me anything that points to them hating themselves or shows me scars on their arm, or they say, PD, can I talk to you? I let them know right off the rip, listen, if this is something that's going to hurt you or put your life in danger or put someone else's life in danger, I'm going to bring it to your parents. And you know what they do? They tell me anyways, which tells me they want to bring it to their parents. They just don't know how. So I'm the support, or I become the support. My wife and I and my leaders, we become the support they need to get it done. Speak up. It is very critical that we speak up when we hear it or when we know it. Okay, the fourth instance when you need to speak up is when there are weapons involved. If someone brings a weapon to school or the workplace or talks about it, you don't wait. Oh, let me wait to see what happens. Maybe they were just kidding. You don't wait. You don't wait. Bring it up. Speak up ASAP. You don't think twice, and you don't keep that a secret. Speaking up could be the difference between life and death. It is that critical. Okay, number 5. You speak up when drugs or alcohol is involved. If someone you know and love is embarrassing or destroying themselves, silence doesn't protect them. It helps to bury them. You might think there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little weed. It's just a little this. It's just a little that. But over a period of time, it becomes a whole lot of a whole lot. And what you don't realize is this thing that they're doing that you think no big deal, it's killing them little by little. You're helping them dig their graves. Speak up. All right. The 6th thing is harassment or abuse. If someone you know is being touched or being harassed, pressured, manipulated, or harmed, you're not betraying them by telling. Actually, you're betraying them if you say you love them by not speaking up. Because to speak up is to rescue them. And I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it for as long as I'm alive. I would much rather have you pissed off. I mean, really mad at me for speaking your business or speaking up to protect you, but you're alive than not saying anything and you're gone. I'd rather have you upset with me and alive than not upset with me and gone. This is not snitching. This is saving. This is love in action. You say you love me, be about it. You say you love me, show me you love me. Okay, now let's talk about real loyalty versus false loyalty. A lot of students confuse loyalty with silence, but that's not loyalty. That's fear disguised as loyalty. It's deception. It's the enemy of your soul working against those that you love. And here you are thinking, I'm being loyal to my friends because I'm not speaking up. I'm protecting them. No, you are deceived and you're going to hurt them in the long run. Real loyalty protects. Fake loyalty covers up danger. If your friend is walking towards a cliff, are you loyal because you kept their secret or disloyal because you let them fall? If your friend is drowning, do you refuse to call for help because you don't want to get them in trouble? No. If it's your friend, you make the call. Here's the real deal. Silence is not loyalty, it is enabling. Sometimes love, real love, looks like speaking up, even if it makes someone you love mad at first. Okay, let's talk about how to speak up without feeling like you betrayed someone. Here are some ways you can speak up in a safe and healthy way. First of all, you can talk to a trusted adult. Now, guys, I'm not talking about loose-lipped Sally who shares everything. I'm talking about a trusted adult, someone you know has your best interest and the best interest of those that love you at heart. like a teacher or a pastor or a parent or a coach and even a mentor. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Get to them as quick as you can. Another way is you can use anonymous reporting. Most schools have ways to report anonymously without ever using your name. Check it out. Call your school office. I guarantee there is a line, some type of way where you can report situations anonymously. Another way is pulling somebody aside privately. Pull me aside and say, hey, I'm concerned about Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Oh, and Shelly too. Or pull the very person you're concerned about aside and say, hey, I'm concerned about you. I care about you. And if they know your heart, they will know that you're being sincere. And last but not least, bring help to the situation. After all, you don't need to fix it. You just need to connect them to somebody that can. Listen, to keep dangerous secrets protected, you're not really protecting the person. You're protecting the enemy that is behind the intent of hurting that person. I like to say you protect demons, but not everybody feels like that. But just know when you keep things silent, you protect demons. Okay, I'll move on. But before I do, remember this. You're not telling on them, you're fighting for them. Okay, let me leave you with this thought. If someone you loved was drowning, you're not going to be all worried about them getting mad at you for calling 911. Your first priority would be to save them. So, in the same way, when people are hurting, depressed, bullied, abused, or making dangerous decisions, love speaks, love steps in, love protects. Speaking up is not snitching. Speaking up is saving. Now, guys, right now, in the midst of everything, if you could have the opportunity to be the person who prevents tragedy, why wouldn't you? I'm KD3, aka PD, with the Unveiling, and around here we say so, be so. See you next time. Let's go.